third clip of chapter 5. We're going to talk about now personal factors. We are discussing the characteristic affecting consumer behavior, and I have explained from the cultural factors to the narrow levels, from the level to the narrow level. So in this clip, I want to talk about characteristics that affect consumer behavior in terms of personal factors. So, the buyer's decisions also are influenced by personal characteristics such as the buyer's age and lifestyle stage, occupation, economic situation, lifestyle, and personality and self-concept. People change the goods and services they buy over their lifetime. So, marketers often define their target market in terms of lifestyle cycle stage and develop appropriate products and marketing plans for each stage. Um, Let me just briefly explain what are the example. Think about this cosmetics. So if you think about Amore Pacific, what can you recall of the brands that Amore Pacific released? They might have Etude House, Laneige, Ayope, Sorasu, Hera, etc. So these things are consist of the cheaper products to the expensive product. Also, Seolhasu, like all the consumers using this Seolhasu, it is expensive, but it's also carrying that wrinkle free because they tend to be interested in the carrying their wrinkles. But for the Etude House, targeting to younger generation like teens and 20s, early 20s, it has variety of tint, colors, cosmetics because instead of taking caring of these wrinkles or anti-aging products functioning efficacy, they tend to want to purchase various of colors or cosmetic skills. They want to try that. So differing on the life cycle stage, I was younger consumer like girls, and they grown up, become a college student, and they go to the company, and they like tend to be older. Depending on life cycle stage, there are different products they want to buy because their needs are changing. So sometimes marketers developed specific products, appropriate products for those life cycle stage. What do you think about the occupation and economic situation influence the goods and services you buy? Marketers try to identify the occupational groups that have an above average interest in their product and services so that they can specialize in making products needed by a given occupational groups. So for your case, what kind of clothing design do you mostly purchase? Do you expect that you will change your purchasing styles in terms of fashion, clothing? Of course, if you get a job, you may changing your style from the casual to business casual or even just business suit. So occupation influence a lot in terms of goods that you purchased. How about the product? Likewise, my case, I spent a lot of money on purchasing books because my job is researcher, professor. I spend I need to learn a lot, study a lot. So whenever I found something intriguing, I purchase it. Or the vacation, like summertime or winter time, to prepare for the next semester's classes, I purchase a lot of items in terms of businesses and economics or trend to be a queen into that new thema of this marketing. So, how about the musician? They will spend a lot of money to purchasing albums or instrument or taking lessons. So occupation affect goods and services that you purchase a lot. Also, that will be restricted by your spending, personal income, savings, etc. We also can say this as lifestyle. Lifestyle is a person's pattern of living as expressed in his or her psychographics. Anybody can guess what does mean psychographics? Psychographics refers that psychology plus demographics. So demographics is 인구 통계학적 특성. So your weight, your age, your occupation, or your gender, your income, that's demographics. But psychology is that your personality. Are you introvert, extrovert? Do you love intellectual things more? Do you like climbing? Do you like outdoor sports? Or do you think carefully? Or do you make decision quickly? That's psychological stuff. And psychographic is that combination of those two things, psychology plus demographics. And lifestyle is that, okay, your psychographics, your psychology and demographics expressed in terms of your pattern of living. Where do you spend your time mostly? What do you purchasing more? So what categories of products seem to be targeted to consumer lifestyle? Many products such as cars, food, cosmetics, and shampoo appeal to consumer lifestyles. And when used carefully, the lifestyle concept can help marketers understand changing consumer values and how they affect buyer behaviors. Consumers, because consumers don't just buy products, they buy the values and lifestyle those products represent. Then how can we know any target person's lifestyle? Because lifestyle is very hard to capture. How can you infer? How can you identify someone's lifestyle? We say AIO. Lifestyle can be measured by AIO. What does A stands for? A stands for activities. I stands for interest. O stands for opinions. So, what do you do most of the time? That's activity. What are you interested in? Are you interested in food? Are you interested in fashion? Are you interested in movie? Opinions. Are you more like controversial? Are you a liberal? Are you radicals? 급진적이냐, 보수적이냐? Um, do you love to drink alcohol or not? Or do you prefer to do this or opposing this? That's opinions. And this AIO, activities, interest, and opinions, accounts of your lifestyles. If you want to know someone's lifestyle, you ask them, what do you do during the weekend? What do you think about this idea? What are your interest area of subject? Then you can know someone's lifestyle. So marketers look for lifestyle segments with needs that can be served through special products or marketing approach. Such segments might be defined by anything from family characteristic or outdoor interest or to pet ownership. Do you love to own the pet or not? And personality. Personality refers to the unique psychological characteristic that distinguish a person or group. Here's a interesting concept called brand personality. Uh, Consumers are likely to choose brand with personality that match their own. So if I'm a humorous personality, I want to choose the brand that carries the humorous personality. I'm very sincere characteristic, then I trying to choose that sincere types of personality of the brand. And personality is usually described in terms of traits such as self-confidence, dominance, sociability, autonomy, defensiveness, adaptability, and aggressiveness. So personality can be useful in analyzing consumer behavior for certain product or brand choices. So I'm going to explain that brand personality more deeply. We found out that the brand has a personality like a human being. Like any good brand, think about Samsung or iPhone. If the Samsung is a person, what kind of person do you think you can imagine? How about the iPhone? If you perceive the iPhone as a human being, what kind of personality do you expect? How about the Lotte Home Shopping versus Hyundai Car? Do you expect a different person of Lotte Home Shopping versus Hyundai Car? Yes, it is. Well-crafted brand has a personality like a human being, a specific mix of human traits that may be attributed to a particular brand. And this slide shows five brand personality traits. It is sincerity. Sincerity means that down to earth, honest, wholesome, and cheerful. Excitement, daring, spirited, imaginative, and up to date. Competence, reliable, intelligent, and successful. Sophistication, upper class and charming. Ruggedness, outdoors and tough. These are actually suggested by Jennifer Acker, who are, oops, sorry. Jen Acker, the professor of Stanford University, who is the daughter of the David Acker. David Acker is the author of the brand, actually. Those who are interested in the brand, you may find out the book called David Acker's Branding. So David Acker's brand management. David Acker is the author of the brand management. And Jennifer Acker is the daughter of him. It's a very interesting story. And Jen Acker is now currently at Stanford University. She proposed the idea that brand has a personality, yet these five personalities most applicable and strongest influencer for successful brands that we found out. So think about Samsung Galaxy. What do you think? Any of these five personality explain Samsung Galaxy? How about the iPhone? Which characteristic represent iPhone? Maybe one or two among this brand personality might be well explaining the characteristic of Samsung Galaxy or iPhone. So each person's distinct personality influences his or her buying behavior because personality refers to unique psychological characteristic that distinguish person or group, and it is a useful item in analyzing consumer behavior for certain products. So here the idea is that brands also have personality, and consumers are likely to choose brands with personality that match their own because they want to exhibit their own personality as they choose the brand. Okay, now the remaining slide I'm going to explain psychological factors in detail. So, can you remember any advertisement that you watched last night? So, what are the impact of those advertisements? Consumers often don't know or can't describe why they act as they do. So, motivation researchers use a variety of proving techniques to uncover underlying emotions and attitude toward brand and buying situation. Many companies employ teams of psychologists, anthropologists, and other social scientists to carry out motivation research. And one advertisement agency routinely conducts one-on-one therapy-like interviews to delve into the inner workings of consumers. While other companies ask consumers to describe their favorite brand as animals or cars to assess the prestiges associated with various brands so that they can mention that, okay, the Mercedes-Benz like this animal, BMW like this animal, something like that. So they want to know what are the positioning that consumers feel associated with that specific brand. Still others rely on dream therapy, soft light, and mood music to plumb the murky deep depths of consumer psychics. So it is very important to know what are the consumers' motivation, what they think about inside of them. Abraham Maslow, the famous scholar, sought to explain why people are driven by particular needs at particular times. Why does one person spend a lot of time and energy on personal safety, on the other hand, another one gaining the esteem of others? So same time, one student A trying to spend a lot of time and energy for personal safety, the other student, student B, trying to gain the esteem of others. Why they differ? Maslow's trying to answer the question. Maslow's answer is that human needs are arranged in a hierarchy, as shown in figure 5.3 in this slide, from the most pressing at the bottom to the least pressing at the top. So a person tries to satisfy the most important need first. When the need is satisfied, it will stop being a motivator, and the person will then try to satisfy the next most important need. So here are Maslow's hierarchy of needs shows that he found out that okay, there are five distinct needs of human inside of us. Physiological needs, 생리학적 욕구죠. Physiological needs, hunger, thirst. Safety needs, 안전에 대한 욕구죠. Security and protection. Social needs, 사회적 욕구죠. Sense of belonging and love. Esteem needs, self-esteem, recognition, status. Lastly, self-actualization needs, self-development, right? And realization. They want to realize their self-will. They want to express themselves. 자아실현의 욕구죠. So, among these five needs of human, which one is the most basic? Of course, physiological needs. If you're thirsty, if you're hungry, you cannot pursue the upper needs. So, this can be explained this way. Once you know the five different needs of hierarchy, however, Maslow may explain this in this shape, scale, or this shape, or like this. But he didn't. Why? Why not? Because he wants to show that unless the bottom part of needs it is satisfied, we do not pursue upper part of needs. These are the most fundamental needs. Once it is fulfilled, people will pursue upper needs. That's what he's trying to explain through this chart. So remember, he has proposed this idea so long time ago. However, this Maslow's needs hierarchy is still very influencing paradigm in advertisement or identifying human needs or motivation. We cannot say the upper part of needs is more important or more fancy needs, but it just explains that unless you satisfy the below part, we do not pursue the upper part. It also explains that arrays of human needs, so you can identify which needs I want to satisfy through my offerings on the market. For example, if you go back to watching the advertisement from the YouTube video clip, you can Google like Apple iPhones advertisement, Samsung Galaxy advertisement, and you will see that what kind of needs is trying to be attacked by this commercial. Think about it, and when we get back to the offline class, we'll use the advertisement commercial as an example discuss what kind of needs is trying to be fulfilled by this advertisement. What kind of needs this commercial, these products and services trying to deliver for their target consumers.